Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Noah. I'm 22 and I've been traveling Europe with just this backpack for the past 2 months. In each new city, I make a video to document my experience. And in this video, we're in Vienna. This one's gonna be a lot of fun. Trust. Alright, so we made it to Vienna, but the weather is quite poor right now. So we might have to throw on some raincoats before heading over to the hostel. So our hostel is only a 28-minute walk. Sometimes we'll take the train, but today we're just walking because it's close enough. So we made it to the hostel. It seems pretty nice and for the most part, probably pretty social. This is what it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty big. Night 1, exploring the city compilation. Go.
Okay, we're colder than the breeze, but the breeze ain't flowing like me, motherfucker, hold up. You don't need to hold up. Yeah. And I can show you how I seem, what it is, what it truly might be, nothing that you know of. You don't need to hold up.
It's day 2 of Vienna. Today we are eating breakfast in a rather bougie coffee shop. This is one of Vienna's antique coffee shops. Today our plan is to go to the palace. Then we'll see. We'll see what happens after that. But check out this meal and check out the decor. It's very cool. Nice place for breakfast. Castle is about an hour walk from our hostel, so we decided to get train tickets, and we got the 24-hour pass for the Vienna train system. So essentially today we're just going to utilize that and go to as many different places as we can.
Yep, it's €8 for the 24-hour pass. Otherwise, it's $240 per single way ticket.
So assuming we do at least 3 trips, we'll get our money's worth. Sheesh.
Hell weather, though.
Yeah, the weather is really trash today, and it's looking pretty bad for the next couple of days. We're looking at, I think, like 50s and cloudy for the rest of our time in Vienna and Slovakia. So a little sad, but we got such good weather in Budapest that it's not too bad. We are not going to be going into the palace, but we're going to try to see if we can walk around the outside. It's a bit out of our price range.
Yeah.
And yeah, the lowest option is €22, and you only get 25 minutes.
Yeah, a little scuffed to just go to the central apartments. I don't know.
Yeah,
not worth.
We are in the garden now behind the palace, and this garden is free to enter, which is honestly a bit surprising because it is quite beautiful.
Yeah, it's massive too.
Imagine having so much money that someone just builds you this, this entire garden.
And you don't even look at it. Probably spend like a day a year looking at it.
It's a very peaceful garden. It's very tranquil. You can hear the birds chirping. It's very quiet. It's nice. I like it a lot. So if you ever take a trip like this, it's going to be a lot of go, go, go. And it's important to remember that sometimes you just need to take a step back and just look at the scenery and be grateful for where you're at. I'm trying to be particularly conscientious of this because every time I get in any sort of transportation, I immediately whip out my laptop and I start editing. So there's not that much time to reflect. So I've been trying to look at the scenery and take a step back and reflect on where I'm at, and again, be grateful for where I'm at. So it's really cold outside, so we are leaving the palace and gardens now, and we're gonna hop on a subway and head back to the city and hopefully go get some food. I don't even know where we're at anymore. Vienna is such a big city, but it is really cold. But now we're going to a palace, so we'll get out of the cold for a bit maybe. Kind of miserable. It's all right though. We're in Europe, so it's cool. Now we are at the Belvedere Gardens and Belvedere Castle. If you know me, this is funny. Belvedere Castle. If you know me at all, the town is Belvedere, Illinois. So this should be really funny to you because this is my home. It's so stupid. Hopefully you guys thought that one was funny. I took this video literally 3 times. Not sure if you're supposed to pay or not to get in here, but we kind of just walked past the lady scanning tickets. So
She didn't say anything.
Yeah, she didn't say anything. So maybe pro tip, just walk wherever you want until told otherwise, and then pay if you have to.
If you look like you belong, then you belong.
Exactly. I'd say the sculpture is a little bit suspect. Comment down below what you guys think. You guys happen to catch my initial packing video. My #1 suggested change so far is do not pack white shoes. My shoes are so scuffed. Look at that, bruh. But the Hokas are great shoes, I will say. But don't get white ones because they're gonna get really messy. The building is beautiful, but I don't know. The sculptures are a bit unsettling to me. I can't quite put my finger on as to why, but it weirds me out. Took a train to the river, and it is very much so giving Chicagoland vibes. Like, you got a PWC here, PWC, and then over here you got an EY. Just got off the last train of the day. We ended up going on 5 different trains today, so we definitely got our use out of the €8 pass. Since we have a 24-hour pass, we're going to use this pass to get to the train station tomorrow to head to Bratislava, Slovakia. Also, Sagar isn't with me right now because when he was boarding the train, the doors literally shut right behind him, so we got split up, but we're going to meet back up at the hostel. So we are cooking our own dinner again tonight, but there is no affordable chicken option. So I'm making some beef and bell peppers, and Sagar's cooking up ravioli. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to cook together because, again, the chicken was literally €22 per kilogram. All right, so I just finished eating and making dinner. It was honestly really fire. I got 700 grams of beef and lots of bell peppers, really the epitome of the boy dinner. Now, altogether, it cost me about €10. I didn't film much during the making of the meal because the kitchen was super chaotic. That's the one thing about cooking in hostels. Sometimes there's just going to be a ton going on, but honestly, that kind of adds to the experience and it makes it more fun. So, I'll kick it back to you, Noah. We are headed to Bratislava. We are taking the Rex 6 train. It is €18 both ways, and you get free public transportation in Bratislava. So yeah, I'm gonna get on now, and we'll see you there. I didn't even think of bringing sunglasses today because the weather was so poor in Vienna, but it's sunny here, which is a major win for me. The Bratislava Old Town is quite quaint and just very chill. Very laid-back vibes today. Sleepy Old Town right now. All right, so we just stumbled upon this massive church, and this lady came up to me and verbatim said, "What is the time?" And I went to show her the time, and then she motioned that I needed to take my hat off. So pro tip, if you ever want someone to take their hat off and you're in Slovakia, just ask them what the time is. This is the Danube River. Fun fact, this river also borders Budapest and Vienna, so this is our 3rd time crossing this river. Blue church. Blue!
They weren't lying when they said it was blue. It's blue, all right.
Veered a bit away from the old town to get to the blue church. So now we're going to utilize the public tram to go back and go to the castle.
And it's free if you buy the €18 ticket to Bratislava from Vienna.
All right, we're at the Bratislava castle now.
Little sentimental when I'm off the juice. Well, I'ma give you what you came for. Yeah, shit, I work too hard to have a clue who you are. Set the bar so far above par. We could parlay all day, crib long range with the yard. I know I should probably pray more, but you gotta love me. Cause I say that they spend money. When I had nothing, shit, it wasn't so funny. Made a promise to the homies, nobody go hungry.
There's no entry fee to get within the castle walls here, but we're gonna go check how much it costs to go into the actual castle. So let's go. It was €7 for a student ticket, so we decided to pay for it. I haven't actually had my student ID. I probably shouldn't be talking this loud. I actually haven't had my student ID for the past couple of weeks, but I've been getting away with getting student rates because I have a virtual ID, but I don't know if that'll work everywhere, so bring your student ID if you have one.
Look how far we came. Still they throwing dirt on my name, but it never worried my brain. Heads turning like a hurricane, swerving till the sun get up out of my shade. They don't get the picture, cut them out of that frame.
So I stopped vlogging for a while because my phone was about to die, but we left Bratislava and we made it back here to Vienna, and I had a pretty gnarly nosebleed on the train, so that's why we got this going on. But we're gonna head back to the hostel and probably call it early tonight. We're both pretty exhausted. Sagar and I are fresh out of toothpaste, so step 1 of the day is toothpaste shopping. I'm going with the Blendamed for €1.15. Bag secured, we're gonna take it back to the hostel now. Main agenda or itinerary for today is we are going to a museum, and then at the end of the day, I think we're gonna go to an opera, so stay tuned. So we just came to the State Opera House to try to secure some tickets for tonight's show, which is Carmen, which allegedly is really good. but the tickets are about 13 to 18 euros depending on where we're sitting.
Yeah.
But we have to come back later and wait in the line to try to get them. So
Wait in this line right here if you're curious.
we're at the Albertina Museum. The entry fee is 15 euros if you are under 25, and we're gonna let you know if it's worth the 15 euros. So let's get into it. We're in the Roy Lichtenstein exhibit now, and typically I'm not a huge art snob, but this stuff is really cool. I especially like this one.
It's different.
He paints with lots of dots here as well. Yeah, it really does. These rooms make you feel really rich, I guess. Here's the question, Sagar. If you had insane bread, would you drip your house out like this? Yes or no?
I would not.
I would not either. Statues are cool, but like, do you really want this in your house? I don't know. Kind of a no to me. That's just my thought process. This exhibit is by Joe Sternfeld. It's supposed to showcase the relationship between Americans and the cities and places that shaped them. And he took all these pictures between 1980 and 1984, I think. But I think this one does a very good job at showcasing said relationship. It's crazy. This was my favorite exhibit so far. Very cool. It's cool to see such compelling pieces of art in a still form, and it honestly motivates me to get better at this, because it's like, wow, if they can draw my attention and keep it for such a long period of time with just one frame, I literally have 30 frames every second, and I have sound. So I'm gonna get better. Overall, I'd say the museum is worth the 15 euros. You should check it out if you're in Vienna. This is the Vienna main square. Still pretty packed, even on a cold April day. Use that to judge your trip accordingly and how packed it may be, I guess. We explored the Parliament buildings, and now we're headed back to the hostel, grab some warmer clothes. Jumping on the train now, headed to the opera. We made it in the line for the standing room opera tickets. We're here about 20 minutes early, so we'll let you know if that's early enough to get a standing room ticket.
For Carmen by George Bizet.
We got tickets, let's go. We're gonna go grab food.
World champions, baby, let's go.
We grabbed dinner at the local supermarket. I had a wrap and some raspberries and a protein shake, and now we're here at the State Opera House. Ready to watch the show, boy! All right, so our seats were 15 euros each, and we are standing room only, so by the end of the concert we might be a little bit exhausted, but this is what you can see. This is me extending my arm now, but not too bad. I think it's more so you come here to listen, so we're excited. It's about to start, so peace out. So the opera was fire. We could have had a bit better conditions. The seats were a bit obstructed with the view, and standing for 3 hours is kind of rough.
Yeah, a lot of the key parts of the play happened off from the area that was visible to us, so.
Yeah, that was kind of sad. But basically, if you haven't been to an opera before, it's just like a play and people acting it out in a live band.
They're really phenomenal singers, like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we couldn't record while we were in there, so we respected that, and also they were opping people for recordings. We're back at the same breakfast place that we ate at the first day in Vienna. I got the exact same meal. Sagar got the Oriental breakfast.
The shakshuka.
Shakshuka. But yeah, we dropped our bags off at the hostel, and we got a couple more hours in Vienna, so we're almost done. So I'm super stubborn when it comes to random things like withdrawing cash from ATMs. I've been looking for an ATM that doesn't have a fee associated with it for, I don't know, like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
But I was finally able to withdraw cash without a fee. Basically, try to go to like less touristy areas, and you're probably more likely to find an ATM that's not going to charge you a ridiculous fee just to pull money out. So I have 80 euros now, and that should probably last me for the rest of my trip. So we were ready to get on our train, but they changed the platform literally 2 minutes before the train departed. And then everybody that was at the platform that it was supposed to be on started running over to the train, but then the train left on time, as they always do. So we are stuck in the station for another 2 hours, but then we can still go to Prague 2 hours later. That's the positive thing about having the Eurail pass. We won't have to be charged extra money to book a separate train ticket because we can just switch it on the app. So Still going to Prague, but just 2 hours delayed. So we're gonna chill here for a bit, eat some food, and then head
Enjoy
over.
my donut. That's what I'm gonna do now. So yeah.
Getting on the train now. We will see you in Prague.